Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, 3 people were killed in a mass shooting in Fort Worth.
And authorities are investigating this mass shooting Monday night in Philadelphia that left 5 people dead and 2 children hurt.
EMS in Austin are feeling the heat under the scorching temperatures in the city.
We are looking at a few little showers that are rolling around the area. Nothing is severe, but if you catch one, consider yourself lucky. Tomorrow, even better chance for those showers. We'll have all the latest for you coming up.
4 migrants, including an infant, drowned in the Rio Grande River over the past 48 hours. You're watching 25 News Now at 5. Good afternoon. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for being here. I'm James Munoz.
And I'm Karina Garcia. A mass shooting in Fort Worth just before midnight may be connected to a 4th of July celebration. It happened in a parking lot in the neighborhood of Como, where police say a large crowd had gathered. At least 3 people were killed and 8 other people were hurt. 10 of the victims are adults and 1 is a juvenile. The victims went to area hospitals in unknown conditions. No suspects are in custody, but a parade was scheduled for this Tuesday morning, but it's unclear if that will still go on. This 41-year-old man will spend the next 30 years in prison Friday. A Victoria County jury found Joshua Clayton Kynack guilty on sex charges of sex abuse involving children. The incidents happened in 2018 and in 2019. A Victoria County grand jury indicted him last March. Now, the jury found him guilty after 2 hours of deliberations and sentenced him to 30 years in prison after deliberating for just an hour.
Around 3:30 this afternoon, emergency workers were busy with this SUV that flipped over. It happened south of Hanselman Road on Highway 59 South. Police say the driver had a blowout on their SUV. 4 people were in the car, including 2 children. They all went to the hospital as a precaution.
5 people are believed to have died in a mass shooting Monday night in Philadelphia. Authorities previously said 4 men were killed in a hail of gunfire, but police later found a 31-year-old man dead inside a nearby home. Authorities believe both shootings are related. A suspect is now in custody. They say he was armed with an AR-style rifle, a handgun, wore a bulletproof vest, and had several magazines of ammunition and police scanners. Another person is also in custody, but their connection with the shooting is currently unclear.
There are 2 people in custody, including our original shooter, the original calls that we responded to. And then at some point, as victims were being shot, we have another person that we believe acquired a gun somehow, don't know how, and picked up the gun and returned fire in the direction of the shooter that we have in custody.
2 children were also hurt in that shooting, a 2-year-old and a 13-year-old. They're in stable condition. 4 migrants, including an infant, drowned in the Rio Grande River over a 48-hour span. Authorities say a woman and an infant were found unresponsive and later pronounced dead at a hospital. A day later, a man's body was found in the river, and in a separate incident, a woman's body found Monday. The identities of those who died are currently unknown. None of the victims carried identification.
In Austin, EMS is feeling the heat and the pressure from the high summer temperatures.
And as the heat continues this month, and there's no relief in sight.
EMS is feeling the heat from Austin's scorching summer temperatures. The number of calls for help keeps going up, and July isn't expected to bring much relief.
We've certainly seen the uptick in the heat-related calls.
Captain Darren Nowak says all those calls take their toll on medics, but the most grueling are emergencies in parks and greenbelts.
Having to hike out in the greenbelt and then, basically carry someone out of that environment.
Despite the heat, EMS knows every second counts in a heat-related emergency. That's because ice baths are one of the fastest ways to reduce the body temperature of someone who's suffering from a potentially life-threatening heat stroke.
We carry additional ice. We carry a fluid-resistant bag that we could put the person in, and we also have the ability to start chilled saline IVs, so we can both replenish that fluid and also start cooling their body temperature down.
Very dangerous. A good time to jump in the pool, carry a cold towel, ice water, all that's good. I think we're in the clear, Mac, for fireworks, but you say rain maybe later this week?
Well, we have a few little showers rolling around the area. You can see them right about here. This is basically sea breeze activity. But don't worry. I mean, these are going north, number one. Number two, they're all going to collapse once the sun goes down. So I think that for fireworks tonight, we're going to be in pretty good shape. If you catch one of these, take a picture and send it to me because it's been so long. We haven't seen any rain around here. We'll be talking about the midweek chance for rain, but then, you know, July is usually fairly warm. All that coming up in just a moment.
Thank you, Max. Suspended Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton will not take the stand in his upcoming impeachment trial. Paxton was impeached in May for reported misconduct, including allegations he used his office to favor interests of a prominent donor. His attorney is calling the trial illegal, absurd, and a sham that would encourage future kangaroo courts. Paxton is also accused of retaliating against whistleblowers and obstructing justice. The impeachment trial is set for September 5th. If acquitted, Paxton would be able to resume his role as AG. Today marks 1 year since the mass shooting at Highland Park's 4th of July parade. 7 people were killed and several other people were hurt. Multiple events today plan to remember those victims and honor the survivors.
There is a tremendous amount of strength in this community, and you could see it on the day of. People saving each other, people caring for each other, and throughout the year, people taking care of one another and standing strong. There's a reason why there are signs all over the city that say Highland Park Strong, and we are Highland Park. This is a wonderful community.
The first event took place at Highland Park City Hall. The ceremony was followed by a community walk instead of a parade. The walk focused on reclaiming the space that brought so much trauma, loss, and pain just 1 year ago.
Seattle fire crews are blaming the destruction of 3 townhomes on illegal fireworks.
Yeah, no one was hurt, but a number of people are now without homes.
These Seattle drag queens shine brightly on a stage. Here at home,
this whole stairway was like full of glass.
That sparkle and shine's been dimmed.
This was my vanity where I did my drag makeup.
As everything they own is now covered in ash.
Everything we touch, our hands start to turn black.
Yeah.
This isn't just our home, it's also our place of work.
Yeah.
We get ready here.
They lost their sacred workspace.
I design for other performers.
And at no fault of their own.
The resident of the home did not light the firework.
Instead, Sreya was home.
Just trying to fall asleep with my dog.
Minding their own business in their bedroom.
And I could hear fireworks outside.
When an ember from somebody else's fireworks
went into the air and landed in this balcony where it ignited furniture that was on that balcony.
Our deck here and started spreading through the floor and into like the attic.
So at the first sight of smoke, he grabbed his dog and ran.
Yeah, I was just like, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
But not without a couple cuts on his feet.
And that's when the window blew up.
From hot glass.
The explosion, it was just like, and then I had to keep going.
Sreya survived, and thankfully, his roommate wasn't home.
So you can report illegal fireworks to the Victoria County Fire Marshal's office or the Victoria County Sheriff's Office. Those numbers are there on your screen. Several places in California are putting on drone shows instead of fireworks for the 4th of July. Texas-based company Sky Element says these drone shows are the future of July 4th festivities. While traditional fireworks shows are fun and exciting, they do pose risks. Multiple fire agencies in the Bay Area have warned against the use of fireworks in an effort to prevent wildfires. The loud bangs can also affect those suffering with PTSD.
And so this brings us to your review poll this afternoon. Scan the QR code on your screen to vote now. The question is, would you prefer a drone show over a fireworks show? Yes or no? We want to hear your opinion on this. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and we're going to have an update on 25 News Now at 6. Now, as we all know, fireworks come with the 4th of July holiday, so it's important to make sure your pets are safe and cannot escape when they become frightened by the fireworks. This is a popular time for pets to run away from homes because the loud booms of fireworks can startle them and cause them to run away, so make sure those fences and doors are secure. You can also get your pets microchipped to ensure that they are safe. Now, the Victoria County Public Health Department is encouraging you to beat the rush if you have a student who needs required vaccines before the start of the school year. Call 361-578-6281 and choose option 3 to schedule an appointment. You can see the full list of vaccine requirements for the upcoming school year at crossroadstoday.com.
And for more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Crossroads Today. Plus, you can hit that like button or click that notification bell. For now, stay with us. Straight ahead on 25 News now at 5. 8 people were hurt in a ramming and stabbing attack in Kyiv. Also ahead, a man in Maryland was arrested following a deadly forklift hit and runaway incident Sunday.
Fentanyl crisis, unmasking the deadly wave. Join 25 News Now weekend anchor Adam Seibel for a 25 News Now Extra, Thursday, July 13th at 10 p.m. We focus on the alarming rise of the deadly drug fentanyl.
What you know about fentanyl is probably maybe 10% of the reality.
Fentanyl is easy to make and cheap to get, and it has flooded communities across the United States, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Don't miss this eye-opening extra that could save lives.
Police say a woman was killed after being run over by a stolen forklift. 20-year-old Bryce Brown broke into Lowe's home improvement store shortly after midnight Sunday. He stole a forklift and rammed it into the store before he drove the machine to another store and hit a parked vehicle where a 73-year-old woman was asleep. She tried running away after waking up, but Brown hit her with the forklift and then proceeded to steal her car. Officers found her dead under the machine. Brown was arrested Sunday evening after detectives found Pinckney's car near his house. He was charged on multiple counts, including first-degree murder. A Hamas militant rammed his car into a crowded bus stop and began stabbing people, wounding 8. Palestinian armed groups said the attack was revenge for an Israeli military offense in the occupied West Bank. The attacker was killed by a bystander. Israel's prime minister said the operation in the Jenin refugee camp was winding down, but gave no details on when it would end and vowed to carry out similar operations in the future. 11 people were killed in that attack on Monday and several others were hurt.
A strong explosion and ashfall was registered Tuesday at Peru's Ubinas volcano. Peru's Geophysical Institute says the explosion was 3 miles high and the wind dispersed the ashes south and southwest of the volcano. Local governments expect to declare a state of emergency in the coming days to plan for possible additional volcanic activity. A survey from the American Farm Bureau Federation reports food prices this 4th of July are down 3% from last year's record high.
Instead of the typical fare of burgers and ice cream, there are healthier options for you to pick this holiday.
From the grill to the sides, celebrating the red, white, and blue doesn't have to be unhealthy.
There are so many good options you can choose and swaps that you can make to minimize unnecessary calories and really still maximize nutrition intake.
Registered dietitian Julia Zumpano with Cleveland Clinic says to keep cookout simple, start with fruit.
Basic fruit salad, taking whatever fruit you have in your fridge, chopping it up and kind of throwing it together. You can even make fruit skewers. Those are kind of fun and cute if you have the skewers at home. You can even use frozen fruit and blenderize the fruit and even make like fruit popsicles. Those are really simple to make.
You can also do a veggie tray, and when you're thinking of sides, stay away from ones filled with mayo.
If you're going to use a dressing, olive oil, salt, and vinegar. You can make a dip out of Greek yogurt and some, garlic and onion powder, some salt and pepper. Very simple dip.
Choose lean proteins to grill out. Zumpano says that'll help keep you full, making you less likely to overindulge. And your meat doesn't have to come in the form of a patty.
I like to make a tuna chickpea salad with just some olive oil and spices. And you can, scoop that with some whole grain crackers or even like celery sticks or carrot sticks.
Zumpano says to focus on socializing versus eating, and it'll go a long way to helping you have a healthy 4th of July. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The city of Cuero is hosting a blood drive Tuesday, July 18th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 361-275-6114, extension 103 for more details. The blood drive is at City Hall, 212 East Main. Those who donate get an H-E-B coupon for a pint of Creamy Creations ice cream and a chance to win a gift card to H-E-B. Who doesn't love H-E-B?
Or ice cream.
Or ice cream.
I'm glad you explained that, because when you said a pint for a pint, I'm going, is that what I think I'm thinking? But it's a pint of ice cream. A pint of ice cream. All right, good deal. Well, ice cream was probably very popular around the old campgrounds around the state today. A couple of areas of little shower activity. None of this is severe, and it's all occurring right at this hour of the afternoon. Houston along, I guess Highway 59 and even I-10 is getting some shower activity, and a cluster of storms up here in the upper plains. Now for us, I think we're looking good. I think fireworks, remember, you can also go to Patriot Park and pop your own fireworks there, because that's county land, and the fire marshal is going to be there in case something goes wrong. So we understand that that's another option for you. All right, coming up, we'll be talking about what to expect for the rest of the week now that we're past 4th of July, so stay tuned. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Of course, we see the little clouds sort of building up. I promised you that we would get some clouds that build up real nice, big puffy clouds, and some of them are actually giving us a few little rain shower bands out of this. Most of it is a sea breeze activity. In other words, it fires up once it gets to the coast, and then it rolls inland with the afternoon sea breeze. Right now, we're at 96. It does feel like 105, but you know, that's nothing now. We've been to 120. And 97 was our actual high today. So it did get warm. The cloud cover sort of helped knock the temperature down in the late afternoon hours. Elsewhere around the area, you can see, obviously, everybody's still on the warm side. Even got up to 100 down in Beeville and 98 in San Antonio, 92 in Houston. They got more showers again this afternoon. Temperatures around the state, well, it all depends on whether they got cloud cover or a rain shower. Look at that. Abilene is 77. Wow. Well, they're getting that little thunderstorm right about there, so the temperature dropped 20 degrees from the afternoon high. These are the forecast highs for tomorrow. As you can see, we're still in the 90s, but I actually expect more clouds and probably a few more showers than we even got today. There you see how the activity rolls inland, almost in a line right along Highway 59 right about here, all the way down into the Karnes City area. But again, these will collapse once the sun starts going down, and that's going to help everything out for tonight's activities. We see clouds all over the area. Now, the funny part is that we're getting a bit of a break from the high pressure. We still have heat advisories for up some, but the big bubble went this way and it went this way. So in the middle, we get this, what we call a trough, basically lower pressure than what we've had the past couple of days. Now you're thinking pressure, how does it makes a difference? It makes all the difference in the world. So in other words, to have a heat wave in Arizona in July, yeah, that's hot, okay? So that's a higher than normal. So here's the bubble of high pressure, and there's the other one. And this low is what brought us the, shall we say, looser atmosphere that gave us a little cloud cover and a few little showers here. Nothing has been severe, but some of it has obviously been a little bit heavier than other. You see right about there, I'm getting concerned. You know, I'm watching the Atlantic, making sure nothing moves that we don't know about. And the Atlantic's supposed to be quiet for about a week. Right now, even though it is a week, from below here, we're getting this little surge that's going to bring tropical rains to the islands. Now, that's okay. They need the fresh water right about there. But for us, I'm looking right here. This is the Bay of Campeche down south, and you can see how something's trying to get going there. So I'll certainly be watching it. If pressure starts to drop, then all of a sudden we have another level of concern. The Pacific is a little quieter now. Last week we had 2 storms coming through, but 2 more are expected, so they're going to be quite busy. And of course, along the edge of the Pacific coast of Mexico, there's some huge mountains, so they come ashore and break apart very rapidly. It's not like Texas where they just keep going and keep going. So your forecast for tomorrow, for back to work, you know, with all the sunburn and everything. 83 tomorrow morning in Port Lavaca, getting up to 91. We're going to call it partly cloudy and some isolated showers. And then for Cuero, start off at 91 in the afternoon, 93 in the morning, 93 by afternoon, partly cloudy and some afternoon showers. And for the rest of us, look at this. All over the crossroads, a 40% chance on Wednesday, 60% on Thursday, then decreasing by Friday, and then back to the weekend. We're plain old sunny, hot, and humid again. Temperatures pushing back up to the upper 90s. That is your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody, we do have a QR code. We'd love for you to scan that and put Crossroads Today on your phone. James, Karina, back to you.
Mac, thank you so much. If you know how to rain dance, start dancing. We need that rain. Coming up next, the National Geographic magazine has laid off the last of its staff writers.
National Geographic has laid off its last of its staff writers. Layoffs were first announced in April as part of a wave of cuts by parent company Disney. A former staffer said they were told their positions would be eliminated in 2 months, and multiple departing staffers said the last remaining staff writers were let go this week. It was unclear how many staffers were cut. In a statement, a magazine spokesperson said they will continue to publish monthly issues. Most reporting will be done by freelance writers.
Mark Zuckerberg's Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, is teasing a new app to challenge Twitter with a space for real-time conversations online. It's called Threads and appears to have many similarities to Twitter. Threads is expected to go live Thursday. The description emphasizes conversations and the potential to build a following and connect with like-minded people.
Stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast. Plus, in Atlanta, they are holding their annual July 4th marathon.
Sad ending to Atlanta's annual July 4th marathon. Here's the lead runner in the women's elite division. You saw her veer off course right before the finish line. She's an Ethiopian runner who won the Peachtree Road race last year and was favored for a repeat. Here she is appearing to follow a police motorcycle off the course. That left another runner with a clear path to victory and her scrambling to correct her course for a third place finish. So she lost $10,000 there also.
Oh, she followed the wrong path.
Yeah, so one guy was trying to tell the motorcycle to go this way, and she went with him.
Okay,
but even the winner says there wasn't a clear ending the day before when they were practicing. So I feel so bad for her, you know.
$10,000, just, you know, if I won first place, I might have, you know,
given her half.
Given her a little bit. Maybe not half of it, but I would have given her a little bit of it,
Well,
you know?
there's only 3 of them there at the end. They could have split the money.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand how somebody didn't say, wait, go this way.
The other way?
Yeah, but as for here, when is the best time to run with this heat?
Never.
Never.
Are you running to the refrigerator or where? No, it is still on the warm side. good news is that the shower activity that we had today is all moving inland. Tomorrow, a better chance of rain, and even on Thursday, a good chance of afternoon showers. They're not going to cool us down much because they're little, as we say, garden variety showers, and they're not going to bring down any cool air. But by the time we get to the weekend, we're going to start drying up again and getting back to that hot and steamy stuff. So midweek shower activity. Hope you have a great evening tonight. Just remember the clouds are parting, and so that 9 o'clock at the community center is where they're going to be free fireworks. You have to pay a thing. Well, you don't have to pay for fireworks.
All right. Thank you, Mac. Happy 4th of July.